Wendy was singing a different song to you at the club.
Welcome to the Global Dynasty YouTube channel. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 10, Cleaning Up the Mess, because y'all know we got a lot to unpack. All right, y'all, so the opening scene starts out with the Green-Eyed Bandits. They're talking about their reasonably shady podcast, because we all know they're shady. But they're talking about how well the podcast is doing and how they have a live show coming up. And, kudos to them. I won't hate. I think it's good that they have a business outside of Real Housewives of Potomac and it's doing well. And I'll just leave it at that. But then, of course, Giselle has to let Robin know that she caught wind that her and Wendy were getting along and she wants to know what happened. So Robin kind of downplays the situation and she's saying how Wendy came up to her. It was like, Robin, I love you. And it's just like, Robin, don't try and downplay the situation. We all saw the footage. You and Wendy were getting along without Giselle being there. So just leave it at that. And then Robin also discussed the screaming match that her and Candace had on the way back and how Candace was upset that Robin would even bring the speaker out. So, of course, Giselle chimes in and puts her 2 cents in, even though we didn't ask for it. And she doesn't understand why Candace is upset because she said those things. My thing is, stop trying to use that live to pin something against her. I really think that Robin brought the speaker out because Candace was not on her side when it came to the Wendy situation. As soon as Candace heard what happened to Wendy, she was like, that's wrong. She shouldn't be putting her hands on people. And then Robin made an excuse for it. That's when the issues between Robin and Candace started to occur, because before that, Robin had Candace back. She had Chris back and everything. So that whole, I'm going to be mad at you because you're not mad at the person that I'm mad at thing, ladies, grow up. All right, in the next scene, we get Candace and Chris, and they're discussing Candace's upcoming graduation party because she just graduated with her master's in business administration. Yes, congrats to her. Black excellence. We love to see it. And we finally get Candace to admit that she did indeed say that Karen was messing around with some other person that wasn't Ray. So she's going to invite Karen so that they can hash things out, which I really hope they do get past this because I enjoy Candace and Karen's relationship. I feel like Karen's like the big sister that Candace needs, definitely. And for some reason, Candace wants to entertain a conversation with Robin. For me personally, at this point, I don't understand why, because Robin is going to be Robin, but she wants to figure things out with Robin and see where they went wrong. And honestly, I guess I can see it, because I would want to know too, why you bring that speaker out on me? Why was that necessary if I'm supposed to be your friend? So hopefully they can get to the bottom of that. Y'all know I live for the Grand Dame. Let me tell you about Miss Karen. So Karen is meeting up with Matt to discuss her new live show. Now, y'all know that the Green-Eyed Bandit is going to come for Karen. She copying us, but it's the Grand Dame. Y'all know we came for Karen. We going to support. But she did speak with Matt, and she kind of questioned, Giselle and Robin are also doing a live show. And y'all, when I tell y'all I stand mad because he threw the nastiest shade at Giselle and Robin, he was like, I just don't think it's that interesting. And I don't. I've listened to one of the episodes of Reasonably Shady, and I did not get through the whole thing. But that's neither here nor there. I love that Karen is going to do what she wants regardless of whoever is going to do it. So we looking forward to a live show with Karen. So in this next scene, we have Wendy and her husband, Eddie, having a discussion after he picks her up from the airport. And she's discussing how busy she is and how she has graduation coming up along with her birthday, along with the health issues that's going on. She has surgery to remove her kidney stones. And her husband is like, look, you're going to have to prioritize your health first. And she's like, I am. But one thing that I think that Wendy does, I think she takes on a lot more than her body can bear. So I'm just hoping that she finally gets the rest she needs. And it's crazy to know that she's been dealing with all these things on top of the Green-Eyed Bandits and Mia and all the drama that came on that trip. It's just sad knowing that she had to leave that trip to be stressed about the ongoing things going in her life. You would think that that would have been the time for her to relax, but of course, they're not letting up off Wendy. So Candace and Robin meet up, and Robin is a little distraught because her hairstylist lost some family members, and it also affects Robin. And Candace feels the need to let Robin know that she thought that she was like her sister. Child, when I saw this, I was so confused. It almost made me want to go back and watch some past episodes and past seasons, because I don't remember Candace and Robin ever being close at all. And then for her to go as far and say that she's the only person she felt that way in the group with. Hello, Candace? What about Karen? Super confused. But they decide to put their differences aside. And then at the end, Robin lets Candace know, in the future, maybe you should be more direct. In the future, maybe you should stay off of people's Instagram lives and try to make it seem like they're talking about you when they're making a general statement, but you want her to be specific. I don't see how this got switched around to Candace, but if Candace is okay with that, then I guess we all have to be okay with that too. Mia opened a new joint location in DC, and the only lady from the group that attended was Karen, and that should be very telling for Mia. The only reason why Giselle and Robin were writing for her in the first place is because they don't like Wendy. So where are your friends at to support you on your business ventures? Not present. And one thing that I found probably the most interesting part of Mia's scene is when the producer asked her about a business deal that fell through. And Mia says, I'm tired of lawyers, so I don't really want to go into that. At this point, Mia, can you really afford to not disclose everything? You're really up on the chopping block. I don't think that we need Mia next season, especially when she's not going to give us more than she wants us to know. In this scene with Ashley and her family, we see her break down and get emotional about life after Michael and after they split. And I think reality is starting to sink in for Ashley. She's at a point where she's not ready to really support the children alone, and she doesn't know how she's going to do it alone. But her family lets her know that you have all the support you need around you. But I think that she's really hesitant and could possibly make her want to reconsider divorcing Michael. Y'all will never guess who made an appearance outside of Giselle's phone. Pastor Holy Hell himself. Pastor Jamal Bryant. So Giselle had a party for her twins' Sweet 16. And of course, that's one thing I can say about Giselle. I can't stand her, but she is a great mom. And that's the only good thing that we ever get to see about her. But she still needs to step it up in the storyline area. Like, we know you're a mom. What else can you offer to the show outside of being in other people's business? So Candace is having her graduation party, and she decides to invite some of the ladies. Robin, Karen, and Wendy show up, and let me tell you something. Every now and again, Miss Karen Huger, she'll check in and put on that executive producer hat. She didn't spare Robin anything. She went right in and said Robin witnessed the wedding. Of course, Robin gives her an excuse and says that the wedding is now just going to be 4 people. It's going to be an intimate wedding, and it's a destination wedding. So it won't even be in Potomac. It'll be wherever Robin has in her head that the wedding will be, because at this point, is there going to be a wedding? First, we are discussing a prenup, and now we're actually discussing location. So it feels like she's just saying what she thinks people wants to hear. And at this point, Robin, we just want the truth. Is you or ain't you? So how many of you were confused by watching this scene? I don't understand why Wendy apologized to Robin. Maybe it was, because of the things that she said in the past about Robin and Juan's relationship not existing back then. But there were a lot of things that took place in this present time that Robin needs to man up for. And then it comes apart, like, where after Wendy apologizes, Robin is like, well, are you still waiting on something from me? And Wendy is like, yeah, I need an apology. You hurt my feelings. And then Robin was like, well, I'll say I apologize again. But it's just like, Robin, you need to say what you're apologizing for. Why don't you apologize for trying to record her and make her look bad and not recording Mia at all? Or your disdain for her and how you're trying to change everyone's perception and make them not like her either. I mean, the list could go on, Robin. You have plenty that you could apologize for. But overall, I'll say it again, Wendy should not be apologizing to Robin. No. So Candace finally apologizes to Karen about what she said. She owns it. She's like, you know what? I effed up. I apologize. Karen's cool with it. Of course, she's going to keep her eye on Candace, but they can move forward from this. And this is all that we want. So Candace's party wraps up with Ray having a conversation with Chris. And Ray's like, you know, Karen told me that Giselle wasn't going to be here, but I thought the issue was between you and Giselle and not Giselle and Candace. And so Chris is trying to explain to Ray what happened and in his position. And Ray has the nerve to say, well, don't you think you should apologize and be the bigger person? First of all, Ray, did Giselle apologize to you for making cracks at your tax issues? Why should Chris apologize if he's not in the wrong? Him apologizing would just seem as if he's guilty. And that's not what he is. So he does not need to apologize for Giselle running her mouth and trying to make something bigger than it actually was. I'm really tired of the wrong people apologizing. Like this whole episode, Candace apologized to Robin for what? Wendy apologizes to Robin for what? Now Ray and Chris to apologize to Giselle. It seems like the Green Bandits have everybody wrapped around their hands. Like, wake up, people. It is not about them. But y'all let me know in the comments. Should Chris apologize for something he didn't do? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Until next time.